What type of lash products will you use? So, when starting a lash lift or a lash extension business, it's really important that you use high quality products. High quality products will give you high quality results. So, doing a thorough research when selecting lash products is necessary for any good business owner, but there are a few things that you should factor in. Of course, first up, you'll need to decide if you are offering lash lifts or lash extensions. Personally, when I started in my beauty apprenticeship back in 2010, I was taught lash extensions. Lash lifts were around back then, but they were completely different and they didn't really give the same fantastic results as what they do now. But anyway, back in 2010, I learned lash extensions. It was a week-long course, it was quite tedious, and it took a really long time to pick up those skills. Later down the track, when I started my business, lash lifts were coming in and they were fantastic. They changed to rods and shields. The curl was different. The whole process was much better. And later down the track, when I started my business, I used lash lifts to actually grow my business and grow my reputation. And I share a little bit about that in my story video. But in hindsight, and after all these years later, I personally believe that lash lifts are more accessible to learn. They have a quicker treatment time, which means that you can see more people, make more money, and work less time. So you also need fewer products to get started. And I think lash lifts are really the way to go, but I can't make that decision for you. You'll need to make that decision on what services you are going to provide in your new lash business. So once you've made that decision on what service you need to offer, then you should consider these things. The first thing is to think about the quality of the product. And trust me on this, good quality products last longer and provide better results for your clients. Lash products should make a client feel comfortable. They should look good. They should look full. They should look natural, depending on what service you're offering. What they shouldn't do is look cheap, feel uncomfortable. Clients just won't come back if any of the products that you're using are making them look or feel this way. Safety is also a really critical consideration for any type of lash product. Don't forget that you are working so close to people's eyes and you can mess their eyesight up if you're using a really crappy product. So lash products should be checked for allergies or adverse reactions before being used on any clients. And if you buy them from a reputable place, you'll know that other people use that product or that brand. The second factor to consider when buying lash products is the cost. Businesses should choose economical yet reliable brands that, again, provide high quality results without breaking the bank. Expensive brands have some benefits, but they may not be worth the extra cost due to their high price tag if you are not yet charging the right price to cover the cost of those goods or that product, or they are being shipped from too far away. For example, I am in Australia, and if I was to buy products from America, I would have to pay for the product, which would be an American. So I would have to pay the different conversion fee amount. I would then have to pay over $100 on shipping, and I would also need to wait for those products to come here. And depending on what's being sent, it can take 4 to 6 weeks for those products to come. So while some of those brands might be great, they're not really accessible to me. And I would recommend, depending on what part of the world you're in, to find a product that is accessible and you can get easily, you can get from a reputable wholesaler, and that you don't need to wait a really long time to get those products to you. When it comes to lash products, brand reputation is everything. Companies with a good reputation are more likely to offer better value for money and excellent customer service. A reputable brand is also more likely to have better instructions, tutorial videos, tips and tricks on how to better use their products and how to advise your clients on aftercare of those products. And they really help businesses get their foot off the ground when it comes to using those products. So, brand reputation is also something to consider. Finally, depending on what services you're offering, lash extension business owners should consider what material each product is made from. Synthetic materials are most commonly used in lash extension business now, as they are lightweight and accessible. And natural product materials like mink and silk are just cruel, and they're generally out of the lash industry for good, hopefully. So you should also weigh up, what type of materials you plan to use inside your lash extension business. So, weighing up these four factors like the quality of the product, the cost efficiency, the brand reputation, and material type, you can ensure that you are making an educated decision about which lash products will best suit your individual needs and your clients' needs for both performance and your budget. But before you go overboard and buy everything under the sun, start with the basics. Don't fall into shiny object syndrome and buy everything all at once. You can always add things later on while your business grows, and you will start to know exactly what you need, what products you like to use, what you don't like to use, what works well with your clients, and what kind of situation or humidity environment you're in if you're offering lash extensions. You also may like to mix it up and try products as you advance and you begin to experiment with your style. This will, of course, depend on what services you decide to offer your clients. And as I mentioned, I personally think that lash lifts are a great way to start, as they really factored into my business journey and growing. But yeah, you'll have to make that decision for yourself. That's the whole fun. It's the whole fun of being your own boss and doing your own thing. So in the next two sections, I'm going to share with you what a lash lift kit can look like and what a lash extension kit can look like. So I'll see you there.